I love this hero. It's so fun to watch. They could play the tree as a 5 still as well and put the Grimstroke as the 4, depending on how they want to play, with the living armor, or do they want to play with the invis, with the nature's guise. It also probably indicates to me that they're going to be looking to try and pick something like a carry that's a bit
10
more greedy.
seconds remaining.
Like this living armor's really good at keeping towers alive if they want to go down that route
5
to
seconds
help
remaining.
control your side of the map. So we used to see things like Spectre for OG. Like Alchemist is one that we've seen before as well, but unfortunately it's been banned here. Like a PA might be here as well. Just something that allows, if they keep their towers up for longer, allows it to just farm a little bit more than usual.
Dire team pick.
Juggernaut.
Okay.
Well, I mentioned it earlier. The Juggernaut Grimstroke combination, always a strong one. Like this
Yeah,
as
I
well.
think this is definitely the safe pick though, right? You're playing against Tiny Lich as well. There's a lot of magic damage. It's definitely a decent pick. What do you go for here if you're old but gold though? You imagine it's
10
Tiny
seconds
4,
remaining.
right? So you need something that's going to be able to
5
put some
seconds
pressure onto this
remaining.
like Grimstroke Juggernaut in the lane.
I think you do one of two things. You either keep the Tiny as a 4, or you keep your 2 and 4 positions open and choose an offlaner, right? I think either way you probably want to grab your offlaner right now. Although sometimes you want your mid lane if there's like a really good pick you think you can
Radiant
get
team
before it gets
banned.
banned out. Nope, they're going to grab the X. Okay. Not the hero I expected, but a great hero into Legion Commander. Another thing which messes up her duels a little bit.
It's really good against the Jug, but like,
Yeah, that
I
as
don't
well.
know. I'm not sold on this. I think it's
I'm
okay.
a pretty big Axe fan, I would say.
I'm a good Axe fan in general. I think this hero is decent, but
10
I just think
seconds.
like
I don't
what
look at
he
this
offers.
game.
I mean, when Axe comes, he's got fantastic lockdown, good
seconds
aggression,
remaining.
good laning, nice muscles, a handsome beard. I think he's got a really nice personality as well. I just kind of want to nestle up
How
in
was
his
your
check.
day,
What?
by the way, with the Axe?
Well, I don't want to really talk about it, but like I kind of think he's into me, but at the same time, like I'm not very good at reading these vibes.
Right.
Anyway,
Okay.
you know how it
I
be.
thought you had a thing for Ench anyway.
Well, I mean,
You play in the field at the moment.
playing. Yeah, I'm just casting my net, see what comes in.
Like, I don't look at this game and think, okay, it's an insane Axe game. Like, it's good, but it's not, like, it doesn't blow my mind.
Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't flip your chips.
I like that they've picked a BKB piercing skill, though, so that Jug can't just spin TP, like, over and over again.
Yes, I always love it when teams do this because I'm so bored of seeing Jugs turn up, especially when they turn up in like the first phase and then teams kind of just forget about spin TP, and it's like, it's just allows Jug. I mean, if you're ever playing Juggernaut and there's no spin
Dire
TP
team
cancel on the
banned.
enemy team, you always just feel like you can do whatever you want for the first kind of 25, 30 minutes of the game when it's going to take too long to kill you. It's really freeing. And it shuts off so much more of the map if you just have that threat. Like it's one thing just in the draft, and if you have it, then the Juggernaut genuinely cannot play some areas of the map, and he can if you don't have that. So I think that's
10 seconds remaining.
yeah, it's just a little bugbear of mine.
Grimstroke needs to be careful where he's swinging
5
this
seconds
staff, man.
remaining.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
got a nut Triano in it.
he's like, I dare you to move. I think they need some on Old But Gold. They need some hero
Dire
now that
team
like
pick.
offers them maybe like an OD, or like, is Lesh banned? Yeah, Lesh is banned.
They banned the Pugner. Gonna be some magic-y hero in the middle lane, I think. Well, they might just put Tiny at mid and go for a 4. I reckon.
Yeah. I think Lena's okay
Radiant
still
Lena,
as well.
Or mid.
I mean, this hero is really good because if you're playing against your tree, you need some hero that pushes towers, right? And with the
True side as
Necrobooks, Dazzle does get through that living armor really well. The true sight's really good as well, like you say, against the tree with the Necrobooks.
Save against Legion.
I feel like every time I
10
see a Dazzle
seconds
core, it's always really underwhelming.
Yeah, I was about to make the same point. We saw it the other
5
day, I think,
seconds
where
remaining.
I can't remember who picked it. Might have been Singularity, and it did nothing. It did literally nothing. It got the Necro book, it popped it a couple of times, and then I think they had to build a BKB after level 1 Necro. It just wasn't.
Lena.
Now that Lena
You
comes
may
up on the
now
other
select
team,
your heroes.
I always feel like we just see so much more coming out from Lena. But Urgon's going to play that. Dazzle is going to be picked up by G in the middle lane, I believe, as BZZ grabs the axe and Illidan is on the Jericho.
They could play. I was gonna say they could play Tiny Core if they really wanted, but it doesn't seem that good to play Dazzle as a 4. I mean, it's a better Axe game now that they've picked Lena, I feel. But it works both ways, right? Where if you call the Lina, she's pretty toast. But like if the Lina ever catches the axe or gets a use onto the axe as he calls, like it negates so much of what the axe wants to do. Like getting this blade mail off, returning damage. But I've seen one universe axe today that was very, very massive. And let's see if BCZ can do it today in CIS.
Let's. I think I agree with your sentiment there. Yeah, Positive Guys versus All But Gold, game number 2. And I think I'm pretty preferring Positive Guys draft. However, my heart belongs to All But Gold. I like their draft. Not enough, I think Positive Guys have a better draft, but emotionally, I'm more emotionally involved with All But Gold's draft. I want to see this Dazzle do well. I want to see G prove me wrong. And I just want to have a nice, fun axe game where he jumps on people, screams, and messes up the game. So let's go. And I want to get to a third game in this best of 3 and have these guys in a very stressful situation where they're in this final deciding game. Because I'm not a nice person like that. Let's go.
I can't wait for the axe to blink call the jug. And Ghostic comes across on the Legion. It's like, don't worry, I'll heal you. And then Jug starts attacking faster. And he's like, oh, God. What have I done?
Yeah.
Prepare for battle.
I'm amazed that hasn't happened to me in a pub yet.
So if you cast press the attack and then use Omni Slash,
Yeah, it works.
that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's pleasant.
It's like Alacrity then. So it's almost like you might have to wait for the press the attack to be used on you to then cast Omni Slash.
Well, that's one of those things. I mean, Omni Slash, it's a very hard spell to get off. It is a fantastic ultimate, but trying to find the space to get it off can sometimes be very difficult. So sometimes, most of the time, I would say you can't really wait for press the attack to get on you. But obviously, if you can, then that is a really good situation to be in. But
why can Tree do this, by the way? Where he just gets to walk up to that high ground without breaking invis. I've never understood this. Like,
definitely
Radiant
looks
Tree, when
way
you
too
play
far
this-
away, doesn't it?
Yeah, like here as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of tree bridges. I'm still trying to learn them all. I want to get good with tree, but you need to learn these tree bridges. I say I want to get good. I played 1 game, but when you play about 3 games a week, that's a lot.
Quite a lot.
Illidan being chased down. The Inkswell's gonna trigger. They've got the damage, but do they have the time? They need a little bit more. Oh, Ghostic's going in for it, and Immersion.
Venom.
Orb of it. Oh, I was wondering, what the hell did he get him with? The orb gets it. I'll let him
pretty sick,
laugh
actually.
away. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
BCZ.
What a value pickup.
Cutting the creep wave. But they see him on the observer ward.
Upper. Further.
So I wonder what Misha does here. And the tree's actually going to be the one that TP's bot to deal... Well, they're both TPing.
Ooh, they want some blood. They want themselves a kill. They're looking for BZZ right now. Oh, sure.
Hey, you want to go on him before the creep wave comes.
Well, I'm thinking if he drags the creep wave back, then that's probably the best time to trap him, right? Oh, no immersion. Oh, God. Caught with his pants down. They're going to have to go on him without the root. This now becomes a little bit awkward. Do they have the Inkswell? They do, but immersion's a little bit blocked up by creeps right now, so they use it on Misha instead. Meanwhile, Vanscore making his way over. The stun will come out onto the axe. Immersion holding back Vanscore for the time being as these guys scrap it out in the bottom lane, trying to battle over this creep wave. But BCC is kind of killing the creep wave as he goes, is accepting that he's lost it for now as Vanscore drags it across. Now trying to
they're
TP
gonna
himself
lose
out, and they've got nothing to
creeps.
stop this. So
Look at the
yeah,
denies.
the denies coming in. They've managed to grab 2. One of them was a range creep as well. BCC again coming back to try and grab it. Meanwhile, Velhor actually goes down in lane solo to ILTW. That is very costly.
And look at BCC. Like, they're going to lose so much here.
This is a disaster. Old but Gold losing 2 heroes in this bottom lane. ILTW solo farming under tower. He's probably going to get level 3 from all of this. This bottom lane is over. Just in the first minute and 2 minutes of the game, I really do think that they've put themselves in such a horrible position now for Old but Gold. They've got to make something drastic happen. They've got to do it now.
Ghostic's going to go and cut the creep wave as well. Not really too much the Lich can do about this. He's got the cross
Maybe
blast.
killing immersion, but Velhor's here. Misha's here on top of Velhor, and with BZZ coming over to back him up, shouldn't result in a kill, but still results in a lot of damage. Doesn't have the Stroke of Fate, doesn't have the level 2 on the Grimstroke. BZZ trying to farm both creeps, but he takes so much damage from immersion. He's getting low here. He might actually be popping away with the ILTW making his way through. Oh, apparently he was just here to deny that creep. Thanks, mate. Real helpful.
I mean, Axe is really struggling down here. He's still level 1 at 2.5 minutes into the game.
2 salves popped as well. I mean, I just don't know what BZZ is planning on doing from here on out.
Go on, toss him back in, Velhor. Just throw him back in. Just like, this is my XP.
Yeah,
I've got this.
keep
Don't
forward
worry.
this lane. Get in the bin.
He really needs his level 2.
Coming in, throwing into the blender with the avalanche as well, but it is not doing much good. BZZ still gonna fall. Velhor will get the return kill onto Tree at the very least, but it's not really. Well, it's actually worth a hell of a lot. I mean, he got 330 gold from that. I'm pretty sure Velhor now takes position as the 3, right?
Well, I don't think anybody's the 3 at the moment. Oh, that tree plant. Oh, for the creep. Did you see that? He put the branch down. What a sick player.
Why?
Look, his efficiency. And
Not Misha eats it.
Misha eats it for the extra regen.
No,
So smart.
no.
Immersion
look.
does do this a lot, by the way, on Treant, where he'll carry branches around to get more like paths down.
Yeah. All the good trees do. And you might be thinking, no, buddy, you're saying that all professional tree players that don't do this are bad. And the answer is yes, I am saying that. They are bad. I'm
So-
better.
BCC just hit level 2, and IOTW's halfway to level 5. This lane is like not gone well for them.
Imagine just sitting on him going, I'll tell you, I want to get a kill on this guy, by the way, you know, right here. He's right here. You know, I can root him. You can spill on him. It'll be a great time. You know, we'll send your mother a postcard about it. It's a good idea. Let's do it. And RTW's like, all right, mate, I'm in. Let's see what happens. And they'll spin him down. I don't think they've got enough damage to quite finish the kill. LTW does have the boot. Oh, and there we go. He gets the crit. Not that it was needed anyway, but there we go. Meanwhile, Misha doing a bit of counter warding, counter espionage.
Oh, fan score.
Try harder.
Oh, tanked a couple of tower hits top. That was really close.
Try harder. Perfect. He likes some good voice line usage. Now, let's see. Ghostic, if he manages to find...
There's another
Oh, he gets
save.
it. Never mind. He gets it all the same. Whatever. Fine. Okay. I thought he was going to wait for the creep wave to come in and try and catch him as he ran back
Fine.
to base, but there you go.
I was watching mid, dude.
Were you? Was it sick?
Velhor almost died to 3 heroes in the middle lane, but managed to toss away the Inkswelled Grim.
Oh, big. Yeah, he's tossing everybody right now. But he is going to get a bounty win at the very least. Unfortunately, he's going to die. Pop his bounty, there you go. I'm going to be very angry if he didn't pop his bounty rune before he died there. He's very
So they get
inefficient.
3 bounty runes on Orbit Gold, at least. But this axe is literally... Look at his arms.
What? Oh, I'm trying. There he is. Hi, Axe.
If you change the net worth, he's actually the most sad axe I've ever seen at 5 minutes into a game. That's not an exaggeration.
Yeah. He's managed to improve upon his starting gold by 400.
Yes. And the Jug's about to get level 6, which means this is going to get even scarier.
Yeah. This is an okay Axe game,
Mid.
but Velhor fighting into Ergon, trying to find the toss, but he can't quite find the angle, and he's just got to lob back a creep, and now under himself under the tower. The Gunablade's going to finish him off. Velhor making some questionable plays in the middle lane.
I don't know why he didn't toss the Lina back onto the Dazzle.
He tried to, but he got a creep instead. Lina was hiding in the creep wave.
Ah.
He was being a careful, considerate lady. Also,
Lina's gonna
somebody
get-
in the chat asks, yeah, nice little ring there. Do you get 2 duels with Legion Commander with Grimstroke? Well, Mofara, do you?
Illusion.
Yeah, I've always said you have.
Structures are fortified.
Do you know what the best bit about that was? I actually had no idea. I think I told you afterwards. And I
You
was
did,
like,
you did.
I'll just create drama, just for the sake of creating drama.
Easy
That's what I
peasy.
do.
Just assuming I'm wrong is always a good option. Ghostic is actually taking a lot of damage from Vanscore and Illidan right
Illidan.
now, but the turnaround, Illidan inside the creep wave gets blasted down by the level 3 poison. Oh, Warming, and Ergon finds it in the trees with the Dragon Slave. Velhor will get revenge and kill off Ghostic, but now getting targeted down by Ergon. Velhor is on the wrong side of the map to survive from this one. And another Dragon Slave, another kill for Ergon. This Lina making work in the bottom lane as she is now on a killing spree.
Oh, bot lane as well. They're going on BCC here.
Yeah, the Cool gonna hold back RTW for a little bit. Now trying to play around the big creeps, trying to get denied, but it's not happening for him. He's gonna get finished off again. Velhor makes his way down, but he's got to be careful. That was, however, the Omni Slash used by the Jug.
Yeah, if people don't know, by the way, if a Jug uses spin and then you call and run away on the axe, he actually can't catch up to you on the Jug. Like, you don't take any damage from the spin.
What do you mean you don't take damage from the spin?
So, like, if Jug spins and then you call on axe and run away, the spin doesn't catch up to you.
Yeah, he goes slower when he's called, right? You get fixed movement speed or something. Is that right?
It's just he has to stay a fixed distance away or something. Like, I don't know why it's the way it is, but like, the spin just doesn't do any damage to you because it's not next to you.
Interesting.
At least BZZ has a bracer now. That's big.
Who does, sorry?
The axe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this changes everything. Not even kidding, actually. Braces are so strong. Like, they're ridiculous.
He would like boots at some point, though, I'm sure.
Oh, he doesn't have... okay. Yeah, no boots against Jug with Fades is always impossible.
Oh, he's building another bracer. Okay.
What a
fair
true
enough.
axe player. Like, got bare knuckles, got bare feet, just need some braces and we're good to go.
I really like this play from ILTW, by the way. Like, he knows that he can just go and push this top tier 1. And he sees that they're all rotating bots. So just go and make the trade. Misha can push out the wave, get the XP that gets leached.
Misha and Velhor sitting in the trees, waiting for CREEPs. Oh, he's poked the nest. Why? Velhor. Oh, a second too late on the avalanche. They're still looking for him, but they will not find him.
Look at him
Meanwhile,
following BZZ as well.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's been doing this
no.
like the entire game. Oh, don't take the big creeps. If only he had ulti, you know he would.
Do you reckon BZZ's
Can't
like,
see him
why
right
am I
now,
not getting any XP?
Yeah, maybe. Imagine pretty. Like, are they really letting the Satatom to live? Oh, okay.
I think he just needs to keep his tier 1 mid alive as long as he can, or at least just push the wave out. Or maybe he just saw that his XP wasn't going up normally on the axe, so he's like, well, I'm not going to give the tree free XP.
Oh, it's Ghostic's turn to play Poke the Hornet's Nest in the bottom lane as all of all but gold.
His tier 1 bot is still alive.
Yeah, I mean, they're throwing lives at it, but then again,
And it's living armor.
I didn't even die last time. Now, G. What's he got? He's going for the Necro
Oh
Book.
no. It's out of range.
Poison Touch. You can get him with it. I don't know why he's not casting it. Oh, all of a sudden we find BZZ and he gets a nice big call off onto a lot of heroes, but now the duel's coming down and this should be a victory for Ghostic, but he's going to go down shortly afterwards as well. Straight up trade offlaner for offlaner, which probably favors all but gold a little bit here. They got a little bit too gung-ho into that little engagement.
I think if they'd have killed the Jug, it would have been massive for them, but the fact that the axe dies before he even gets anything off, that is so sad for him. Like, you really need some kind of catch-up gold here. IOTW is actually getting diffusion as well, which I really like.
Yeah,
So
same.
these heroes like Tiny and Axe really don't have great mana pools, so...
What's our boy Gyro up to? Elden Storm Rage. He's third on the net worth. He is
Chilling.
yeah, he's just sitting with 1,400 gold. Does he want a drum? Does he want a Maelstrom? Does he want a BKB? Does he want Aghanim? Who knows? I don't know. Do you know?
I don't know.
Well, guess we'll find out. What's ticking in that brain of his? Maybe he doesn't know. Does seem
It's
that
just
way.
a monkey with the symbols. Like... Poor guy.
What guy? Nosboros Axe, who does now have brown boots. Way, there we go. Good job, BZZ.
Yeah. Here's the Lena Yules though. I think this is the point where they're going to start pushing in the mid-tier 1 with the catapult as well. Oh, the catapult strat.
Oh yeah, this is it. This is the one. Get that extra damage.
Yeah, with this Yules on the Lena, all of a sudden this Axe just doesn't have a good time at all. Like, even if he gets blinks in,
No,
he still just gets used up in the air.
Yes, they get the fortify on the siege creep. Now he needs to living armor it with a healing ward. And press the attack again. Oh, okay, they failed. Next time.
Oh, cool with a toss.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. Who needs a blink dagger when you've got a tiny? And they will be able to run down Ghostic here. That was a nice assassination from Old But Gold.
Yeah, big Necro 1 reveal as well there. Just manages to sneak a kill straight away. And Illidan with this DD is going to come over and try and secure the mid-tier 1. I really feel like this leader needs to be coming over and pushing this wave out here. There's no way they should be letting the mid-tier 1 tower like fall for free here.
Yeah. One thing I want to say, by the way, is shout out to Old But Gold, because they do have like the coolest prefix out of any team, I would say. A lowercase g with the uppercase old. I think that's pretty slick. I'm into that.
Immersion is building towards his Meteor Hammer.
Yes.
2,600 gold or so away. It's doing fine. And they've got this sentry down here on the die, which kind of spots like a lot of where he wants to be roaming.
Kind of, but it's always hard to catch out a tree. Just use the ultimate LTW now, closing the gap for the free Omni/kill. Nicely done by Immersion LTW. Gotta say, I didn't see that one coming until it already came.
He's fine on Immersion. Doesn't really care. Has Tranquil, so we'll just heal back up. Oh, healing ward's down as well. So. BCZ is finding his way nicely back into this game. It has to be said. You know, considering Ghostic the start that he had.
Yeah, they're actually evening out pretty closely here. I guess that is just the effect of counter helix and what it allows you to do.
Yeah, I mean the Gyrocopter and the Dazzle have been trying to run around a little bit and find some kills. So it has been giving BCZ a little bit of space. BCZ has a TP,
Sick,
but
tasty jukes. Oh, the tastiest jukes from BZZ as he runs them in circles. They will not find him. Sweet baby Axe making it out okay.
Oh, he went back for the Yasha on the Jug. So didn't go for the defeat.
Has Jaro built anything yet? Oh, he went drums. Okay, cool. That's as expected, really.
Do you think he'll go BKB or will he just build for this Ags just to farm up?
I kind of hope he builds Ags. I feel like he's been trying to copy ILTW's hyper-aggressive gyro game from this morning and hasn't been doing a great job. I just want him to farm. I want him to hit creeps. I want him to get ahead. Meanwhile, Immersion. They're trying to find him here, but won't be able to do so. Everybody pump those brakes a little bit.
Oh no.
Smoke coming out there. Trying to drag him out of the trees. No, this is his home, but they surround him. Fanscore takes a little bit of damage, but it is going to be Immersion who drops pretty quickly. But Ghostix is coming in with this one. He goes for the duel onto Lich, who already has a shield on him, but it doesn't really make a difference. Ghostix still grabs this one, and Velfor, he's going to get run down as well as Misha will scoop him up with a stroke of fate. And the positive guys strike back hard as they finally punish Old But Gold for being residing in their bottom lane for just way too long.
Top lane.
2 pickoffs. Top lane. Top lane. The Yules comes out. Is there an Omni Slash? There is not, but there is a spin, and there's also a lot of right clicks, and they will just chunk him down with that tiny toothpick sword of the Juggernauts. Does a lot of damage though, and BZZ dies.
Poor BCZ, but he did get the bounty ring. So as long as he puts #worth in all chat, then I'm sure he'll be fine with it.
Absolutely. It should be done.
Ghostix going for this pipe again, by the way.
Good.
Big fan.
Good.
Axe, Tiny, Lich, Gyro.
All pleasant things. All pleasant things. All right. So we're 50 minutes into this game. Let's just take a step back. We haven't really analyzed how the two teams are kind of working towards their win conditions and timings, etc. So obviously, Positive Gamers, they're playing very much around this Juggernaut. They want him to have a good game, which he kind of is doing right now alongside the Lina. Lina also has a ton of gold, so she's going to be able to make a lot of space, especially with these boots of travel. So I think Positive guys, they're pretty happy in how it has gone down. Old But Gold, they've been playing around this Gyro and not so much the Axe, but more actually the Tiny in the bottom lane where they were trying to kind of push in, take the tier 2, get some pressure in, and force Positive guys down here. I don't really think they've done that well enough. I don't really think Positive guys were kind of forced into moving into them enough. But one thing I like is that Illidan has not committed. He's not going for the BKB. He's not saying like, right, you know, we really need to force the fights here. He's going for the Agnum Scepters. He's going to try and keep up a good farming pace and maybe match that of the Juggernaut and the Lina.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of this Treads Axe Gyro recently. You farm really quickly if you're left alone. Like, as long as you're efficient with your farming using Flat Cannon and Rocket Barrage, you're just completely unstoppable, honestly. Like, you just mow through the jungle.
Yeah.
Especially if like any kind of
in the
stacks
trees. This would be a really unfortunate death for him right now. If Old But Gold can find him, it might give him the pace they need, but a nice juke through the trees once again. Going to get Ergon out of this situation. This
Well, he's
is
building the Aetherlands. Okay.
the jungle of tasty jukes up here. And once again, Ergon makes it out scot-free. So,
What has this Dazzle done all game?
yeah, this is the question I find myself asking so often. Like, where is he? What is he doing? He's currently pushing out bottom. He's using that,
Omni Slash top on the Lich.
Oh, well, goodbye, sir. That's going to be a good night. Now, looking towards
They have
BZZ as well, and
Yules.
with the Yules. Yeah, they've got a Laguna as well. There's no chance of BZZ getting out of this one. Absolutely not. Laguna Bay feels a little bit unnecessary, but why not, I guess.
He got the call out though, so it would have increased his armor. I think it's better to be safe than sorry. It's only a 60-second cooldown.
Yeah, true. And if RTW gets called up,
Oh,
and
they
then takes
see
a
the
couple of
Tiny.
spins, and then Tiny jumps in, yeah. Oh my god, they're just finding so much here, but who's found who as Ergon gets tossed back into GG. A little bit slow in the reactions there. Now turns towards Ergon, but with Immersion with the ultimate, he's able to hold them still. Another jewel comes out onto the Dazzle. He is taken out. Vilhor on the run as well, running out to the trees, but he's going to die on the cusp of the jungle. And all but gold just span out the taunt lines. They're very happy they managed to get something done down here, and they're maybe even looking for a little bit more. The turnaround,
Yeah,
perhaps.
this Gyro has to be careful. They have a Yules.
Yeah.
There's no
this
mana
is
on the leader now though.
Very, very bad for them right now. I'm not too sure why Gyrocopter just didn't respond to the ganks which were happening down there, but it's going to go from 2 kills, make it
Hold the
a
Lich, hold the
third,
Lich. Oh.
and the Gyro does manage to at least escape. So Illidan lives, and that is going
was
to mean that
really-
he's... Go ahead.
I was really hoping they were going to follow the Lich around for 17 seconds while Jewel came off cooldown. That would have
I love
just
when teams
made
do
my
that.
day.
Yeah. Probably not very efficient. I mean, if
Hey,
someone
Jewel?
takes... Oh, yeah, there's the Jewel coming out. It's only onto an Axe, though, who doesn't really care. But now with the Lina coming in... Oh, he cares. He really cares. Using the Jewel as lockdown, also perfectly viable, guys. Listen, if you're in your pub games, you don't always need to save the Jewel for when you're definitely going to win it. Sometimes it's good as catch, sometimes it's good as lockdown. You know, be
Yeah, it's pretty tilting
Liberal.
when people only use Duel when they think they can win.
Yeah.
It's like when people use Necro Scythe for stun, right? Like sometimes it's just the better play. Velhor? He's in.
Yeah, that TP didn't really see the Lina there, I guess, but this is going to be another one fed into positive, guys. And I gotta say, it feels a little bit exactly like that. This is the feed train. I think you know, positive gamers, they're the pigeons, and all but gold are your moldy bread.
They're playing so well. On positive, guys. They're just moving across the map like so confidently. They know exactly what they want. But again, we've said it. What is this Dazzle done? He's 0-1-2 all game. And he's supposed to be your tempo controller, right?
Oh, but
Like,
gold, they might find one kill down here in the bottom lane onto Immersion. It doesn't look like he's getting out of this one, as they're able to secure the bounty rune and a kill onto the tree. It's something. But meanwhile, up in the top lane, positive guys should be able to clean up both of these bounty runes. In fact, Grimstrokes Comedy is even going to do some dewarding in the meantime. And ILTW has just taken down this top tier 2 tower. So even for just losing their tree, which they don't even care that much about, they're able to make a really positive trade from it.
Positive, guys. Positive trade.
Positive life.
Exactly. Legion's finished the pipe now as well. All of this magic damage AoE going to be pretty negated at this point. Jock has Omni Slash, by the way, so he's waiting to see what the Tiny does here.
Look at what someone's just... Oh, wait, we'll watch the Tiny die. And that's a death. Look at someone's just put in the chat. So could you have a siege creep with Alacrity, press the attack,
Oh
Bloodlust,
my
Empower?
God.
Yeah, you can actually. And if you look at my channel's VODs... No, it's probably deleted by now, but we actually did exactly that. And
Can I just say,
it's hilarious.
I
It's
played
incredible. We
Invoke
did it
like
with
4
Chengdu.
games in a row, and that was actually the worst day of my life.
It was very funny for like the 15-minute mark when your tower just shreds everything.
Yeah, we would
What
like.
was it? We had, it was Chen we used it with back when his aura was completely bent, right?
Oh yeah, you gave the extra damage to creeps and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So with the Chen and they jumped the call onto the tree. He might be falling again here. Yeah, certainly will be. He tries to get the ultimate off even, but I love the way they're all laughing as he dies. That's not very nice, guys. That's your team.
But like, who cares if you're killing the tree? Like, it's not the hero doesn't do anything this game, right? It's just pushing out waves. And if they keep getting return kills top, it just Why does it matter?
Well, they're not getting a return kill just yet as the Shallow Grave comes onto the Tiny, and now a call from BZZ. They're actually turning this one around as Pyamisha hits the deck. LTW forced to spin out of this one. He's got the TP. Is there a call on BZZ? There is not. Not available just yet. BZZ still chasing. He's got the blink available in 3 seconds. Urgon's going north. Ghost Stick going south. They're going to try and chase Ghost Stick for now, but, well, no, they will go back.
Immersion just TP's bot again, and he's like, cool. Action replay, let's just do the same thing again. Doesn't matter. Like, the problem is with what Ultimate Gold are doing this game is that they're getting kills, but they're kills that don't matter, and they're not turning them into objectives. So this Dazzle's going to really start to fall off, right? Like, when he gets this Hex, if he builds it next, that's going to be massive, but, like, in this really late game situation, I just feel like, I don't know.
To be honest, the kills they are getting have all been down on their own jungle, and they've all been on the tree, so they're not significant kills, and they're not fighting on the enemy side of the map, so that's the biggest problem, really. I mean, well, I guess the tree was on the enemy side of the map, but it still doesn't result in towers for them because it's just a tree.
But they can't push towers because they're playing against living armor. So
when the
how
tree is
are they
dead,
ever
Oh, Meteor Hammer coming down. Vanskill takes it, and the duel comes in. 48 damage now up on Ghost Stick. And the Roshan's pinged out. It's looking very A to B for Positive guys right now.
Like, oh my god, I'm trying to play around this vision top, but Positive guys are like, okay, well, we'll just ignore you.
Maybe a sick Roast Steel could add some spice to the game for Old But Gold.
That would be pretty spicy.
BCZ certainly go
where's
for
the
it,
Tiny?
but
They've both got blink,
those
right?
are sitting on the tree. Yeah, they do. They're both hanging around near enough, but not within blink range. All right, here we go. Velhor, BZZ going in for the big Roast Steel. Velhor spotted out. The Yule's out onto him. Now it's all on BZZ to get the jump in. 3, 2,
the tree.
1. Oh god, the Omni Slash onto the gyro. They save him with the.
No.
Oh no, now they get the duel off anyway. Roche is so low. If they could do something, if they could do anything, but there's no blinks off cooldown. They're getting controlled up so badly. There's no attempt. There is only failure. That is the only thing which Old But Gold are tasting right now, as BZZ gets both of them in a taunt and then just tries to run away. And he's like, oh god, I taunted them already. They're just chasing me. G's going to go for the TP out. It will be successful at the very least.
Immersion is doing so much work.
Jesus.
Like, he's just fighting all these people on the backline. Like, Axe couldn't blink in because he got leech shielded and hit. He, like, scouted out the Tiny kill in the first place. Like, there's like a... Can you see me drawing on the map? There's like a group of people here above the Roche pit.
Yep.
And there's like a group of people here, and they just can't go in this bit here because the tree's just controlling them all. They're playing two completely split fights, which just benefits the Radiant side so much.
And cancelling so many blinks as well, just stopping any chance of a jump in from the 2 blink. ILTW maybe getting a little bit too carried away here, but Ghost is coming in and getting the duel off in the backlines onto the Dazzle. Illidan also kind of fired up right now, but they're just not really doing any damage. That seems to be a bit of an issue right now. They're still controlling ILTW. He might get killed, but the Laguna Blade comes in, finishes off Velhor. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter in the middle. Oh no, the 2 supports held still, beaten down by the tree, but the tree has fallen, as has Ghost Stick as well. LTW on his second life will come through and take down Vanskill, but Emergent and Ghost Stick are dead. LTW still looking to fight this one. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. They might actually be able to go down here. The blink in, the cool, the damage is there, and that's going to be a triple kill for Illidan. Storm Rage making a pretty huge comeback here on the Gyrocopter, and I gotta say, Positive guys, you're getting a little bit complacent. What is the Juggernaut doing going on to 4 or 5 heroes like that? And that is actually 911 gold into the Gyrocopter. He's got a full BKB heading his way.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're playing under the shrine, right? Like,
Yep. Completely just not respecting All But Gold at all. And you know what they say? Respect your elders.
I don't understand. There was a really funny moment in that fight, by the way, where the tree put down like 2 branches on the way, like when he was running in. But he just died straight away anyway. He's like trying to make these cute plays. And he's like, yeah, whatever.
Always worth trying.
But yeah, like, if you have Omni Slash when you're running into that jungle, then it's completely different, right? But like, I don't know. It just felt a little bit hasty.
It's not a throw just yet, but you know, it's definitely a they're warming up for it. You know, they've got the ball in their hands and they're kind of winding up, but they haven't quite They haven't quite yeeted. They're not at the yeet part of the throw just yet. They'll have some time to go.
They just, yeah, it just came too soon. Like, why are
feeling.
you not just taking all the tier 2 towers first before you force this Aegis fight, right? Like, this first stage is just supposed to allow you to take all the other towers on the map. Like, I don't know. It just felt so rushed, like completely
That
unnecessarily.
wasn't too
You're in complete
right.
control of this game. You know, you're not at the major yet. This is a really important game for you guys.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like they're
I
treating
mean-
it that way. There's a certain lack of respect in that one play, but I am going to guess that Positive guys are having some pretty serious discussions right now. Misha's sitting the team down and going, guys, LTW, you know, we know you're having fun. We know it's good fun to just, you know, that's how they play, it seems. They're called the Positive guys after all, but we need this win. We don't want to take this to a game 3. We don't want to give up anything we don't have to here. There is no reason to play like this. Let's just reel it in a little bit. One small mistake, you can definitely move
Completely
past this whole
understand.
team.
You can completely understand that they're like getting excited, right? They're like,
Yeah,
guys, like we're doing
sure.
it. You just, they need that calm head to just say, look, guys,
Dire
let's
are scanning.
chill out there. We haven't won yet,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
and they're gonna look for a smoke play here.
Moving on up. W leading the charge, and they're going to change direction actually, as there is a line drawn from LTW. They're clearly leading this crew's smoke play. He is very far ahead of his team, and he's going to see Illidan here if he goes straight in for the Omni Slash, but he gets called up by BTT. This is really bad if he goes down straight at the start here. He needs to be able to get up his spells, but he can't. LTW is dead. Ghost Stick going to follow the same way as well, as they have the fear out. Meanwhile, the ultimate in the back rise doing so much work. The Chain Frost tearing up the fight. Lich, it's still a hero, baby, and 4 heroes just found that out in the hardest way possible. Meanwhile, Immersion just in the backlines. He's very cheekily burning up some creeps, but Positive guys taking a huge hit there. And
Yeah,
that,
massive blade mail reveal for the axe. That was huge. I really would have liked to see Jug build a Satanic this game, like to help with the status resistance versus the axe call. I think that's the thing that is going to most likely kill him over and over again this game. I feel like he has to itemize for that axe call, and he hasn't. And unfortunately, yeah, I think it's going to come back to bite him.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
This game is the story of BZZ, by the way. Or just story of Axe in general.
BZZ's redemption story, the Ballad of BZZ. That's what they'll call this one.
Radiant's
But, like,
structures are fortified.
he did nothing for the first, like, 10 minutes of the game, right? And then all of a sudden he gets Blink Blade Mail, and he's a hit. Like, all he needed was Blink, really. But now he has that Blade Mail. The Jug has to play completely differently. It's almost like the Jug forgot that the Axe was a hero this game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and this is a huge counter. I mean, I think even the last fight, he just seemed to forget. Because he didn't go straight in for the Omni Slash. He tried to fight up a man fight with a Gyro. You have to know that you're going to get an axe on your head instantly. He has Blink, he has Blade. He's his one job in these fights, and that is to control ILTW.
Look at the net worth graph.
Swinging up. It's a big
gone down.
redemption arc for all the gold.
It's down to like 2k now as well.
This is a big test, though. This is the major test for Positive guys. If you can keep your head through this, then you deserve your spot in the major. You deserve to bring it back. Maybe, actually no. Maybe they need to be beaten a little bit harder before I say they straight up deserve. They're still not losing.
Down to 1,000 gold.
It is rough though. But they can still chill. You know, they're the ones with the Juggernaut. Juggernaut is probably the biggest late game factor in this game. Legion obviously scales nicely as well, as does Lena. She can turn to right click if she wants to, looking for that BKB.
And Gyro got this going for his own Satanic, by the way. So dual damage time decreased, overgrowth time decrease, and it means if he ever gets Omni Slashed and he's near like creeps or anything, he can just heal off them during the Omni Slash. Like heal during the duel as well is really nice because of the side gunner.
Dire's structures
This Gyro is becoming a real big issue for Positive guys. It feels like they're really struggling to find the damage to be able to deal with him now. They have the Axe on the Lena, which is really good, but again, like if you duel somebody, Grave comes out from Dazzle, what's your play?
Yeah, there isn't much. This game has gone from a bit of a laugh, you know. There was a point where I said all but goal defeating. I literally said those words, to a very tense, very close 1k gold advantage match. Positive guys have really pushed the envelope here. They could be in some trouble.
This is
Right.
big.
The
Dazzle
smoke.
Hex, Gyro Satanic.
Yep.
We
smoke
said
means
this is the
everything.
point in the game where Dazzle's going to be really strong. Like they need to try and make things happen with this, I think.
Yep, a Hex with an 11-second cooldown is going to be really scary to play into, and they're going to go for searching for some action right now. Now, the direction they're heading in seems to be... They've got their eyes on mid, then they might notice these creeps. Yeah, they have. They have.
Dire's
Who is
bottom
that?
tower
Is that
under
Misha?
attack.
Yeah,
Are
Misha.
scanning.
Spotting that one out beautifully. So they know there's smoke going on there, just running away because they know exactly the directions they're going to be headed in. Really nice job. And also a little bit questionable from All But Gold there to really push out that waves. I understand you don't want to let your tier 2 tower take damage, but
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
you can't expect no one to be looking. This is the highest level. Or rather, a very, very high level.
Tower has been
He
denied.
TP's in to get the deny. They realise that something's not right here. Necro units are down. The Merchant's a little bit scared, but they're not level 3s, so they won't spot him out. That's a
haven't really
Velhor.
felt-
Velhor! He's flying in right now and will not be able to find him, but Jesus, he certainly tried, didn't he?
Yeah, we haven't really felt the effect from the tree in the last 5 minutes, so like 5-10 minutes or so. He was pushing out bot wave before, which is great. Like he got picked up his blink, which is good, but he feels so scared to just go and push out waves by himself now.
Yeah,
Like, this
absolutely.
Dazzle just shows up, or the Axe just shows up with Blink Blade now. Like Axe has a gem, so Immersion has to play this game completely differently to how he was. Can't just roam around the map freely anymore and not expect to not be punished.
Yeah. The game has changed momentum so quickly. It's been a genre switch. Now we need to see positive guys taking some initiative. Juggernaut now has a Skadi. It might be their time to fight, and they're actually smoking up into where they think Old But Gold is, and they're going to be completely right. ILTW, though, don't be too far forward. That is my big concern. You need to make sure your team are with you. I want to see the Legion on the front lines, but ILTW, Joe's onto BZZ. BZZ actually blinked out so they can get the free duel onto Tiny. There'll be no axe here to interrupt this one. The cooldown is going to drop, but Illidan trying to get away, but Immersion with an ultimate. He is there, holding 3 of them still. That is brilliant. Now ILTW with the ultimate on top of it, with the easier hammer coming down as well. Vanscory and up alive. G getting very low, forced to use his ultimate as a double Yule's coming out to control them up. Axe is just not allowed to do anything in this engagement as they now focus on the gyrocopter. The team fight of dreams for the positive guys, bring them flying
Tiny
back
pulled
into this game. And Tiny, he's coming back into this one, and I do not know why. Velhor thought he could do something, make some kind of magical play here, but unfortunately, he's going to throw his life away for nothing. Positive
Oh,
guys.
there's a DD that's just spawned in the next to the pit. Roche is spawning in 30 seconds.
Alone.
And if they keep their eyes on this, then they could be found with a nice little snack roll.
They really want to at least get the tier 2 mid here. Maybe even push up for tier 3s, try and force the gyro buyback, which they're probably going to figure out pretty quickly he doesn't actually have.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They are going in, 35 minutes in, and positive guys back on track to take a victory here. The 9k gold advantage. The double damage rune on the jug is going to help them take this middle tier 2 tower. Still, nothing set in concrete. There's no huge advantage, but this Roshan would certainly be that. All But Gold, 30 seconds till they're up. I don't think they're going to be here in time to defend this one, so this might as well be an Aegis for them as well.
That overgrowth in the bot lane, by the way, was so insane.
That was
the way it
amazing.
just set up for the Meteor Hammer, and then when the Axe blinks in and called, Ergon was there with the Yules instantly.
Yeah, Ergon with the double Yules as well. Just really, really great stuff. Immersion just making up. You know, he spent about 10 minutes not really doing anything. And he makes up for that entire 10 minutes with one fantastic blink forward and ultimate there. 3 heroes who were, at least 2 of them were going to get away, and then all of a sudden 3 kills just from one spell. That is value.
Yeah, and Dazzle isn't really one of these heroes that likes to build BKB or ways of getting out of overgrowth either, right?
No,
He's
but he's
not-
going for the Lotus Orb now.
Yeah,
And he's
so the
always already got the Greaves, so...
Lotus Orb's his way of dealing with it. It's pretty good against the Omni Slash in general as well. Like, if you can try and reflect an Omni Slash back with a Lotus Orb, could be game changing.
Dazzle inside Omni Slash, pretty hype. Of all the heroes to Omni slash someone, what's the funniest? I think Axe with attacking procs counter helix would probably be the funniest. If that works.
You know the Anna clip? That was so funny. Have you seen that?
Oh, well, the Alchemist. That was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That was crazy.
I don't know. I think. No, hey, you're an analyst, right?
No.
Does attacking procs counter helix work inside Omni slash?
It's a great question. I wish I knew. Because that would be so funny.
If anybody knew that without having just like come up with the idea to research it themselves first, then I'd be just straight up amazed.
I'm so happy. IOTW's picked up a Satanic on the jug. So I was talking about earlier. This is his big item to help him survive this game.
Dire's bottom tower has
And I did have to say, I am enjoying how positive guys have turned this one. You know, they got a little bit silly. They made some mistakes. All but Gold start to show them that you cannot mess up versus us.
Let's just hope they can use this Aegis a little bit better than the last one.
Looks like it so far, as they are taking to the high ground. The tier 3 is being sieged. RTW getting to work.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I think that might have been a Solar Crest.
was definitely at least a recipe. A Radiant Courier
for
there.
the tree. Oh, for the Legion, sorry.
That's Legion Solar Quest delayed. Not the biggest of items. I mean, it is really nice to just shove it on your jug when he's on this high ground. It's a great item. And now they're going to go for the call.
Yes, Satanic Clue.
Very a baby call. Baby call, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Immersion. He's trying to get them some
Anybody-
vision here.
Anybody want to cast? I can't deal with it. The thing is, look, yeah.
Oh, the
this is good.
toss back. They throw in the Juggernaut, but he's got the spin. They're doing the try for the call, trying to get him out of position here, but that
Duel,
Satanic just doing so
double.
much work, and the duel in the backline, holding G still. The double Laguna Blade as well, ripping through them. Ghostic is going to die, but G and Vanscore taken out as well. Only for Ghostic, as they'll be able to pick off Misha as well, and the Axe going down. Emergent throws in the ultimate, trying to
Gyrocopter's
control up the
in trouble.
Gyrocopter. RTW is throwing the gap onto him as well, but he's got to be careful. There are buybacks. There is a call. They've got the Juggernaut caught out of position. If they can bring him down once, that would be pretty phenomenal, because there's nobody else here except Emergent to help him out. But RTW, he's just going hard at them right now. Meanwhile, Emergent controlling up the Tiny, but Tiny's going to get chuffed back. This is going to be a free kill into Emergent, or at least it should be. Meanwhile, RTW is still trying to do his work as he goes for the two-man call. They can't do anything against this Jug, though, and now Ergon coming back in, dealing with damage to the Tiny. She doesn't have an ultimate, but she's got a lot of right-click damage, and that's going to be enough to run down Velhor. They're trying to look for the Lina, and they really not do anything to the Juggernaut here. There's two heroes up, and they just can't do a damn thing. ILTW realizes this and takes full advantage. And this is what I mean. ILTW is such a fantastic player, just knowing the limits of his hero and pushing them to the very, very edge, which is really special.
This Satanic has just allowed him to play so much more aggressively. Like, all of a sudden, he doesn't care about the Axe call anymore. Because, 30% status resistance that it gives you, that's a third of the call duration just gone completely. And without the Dazzle being available with the Hex, there's just not any follow-up to this call. One set of racks down. One step closer.
Not doing much. And they jump in with the call the moment that spin ends, but they just throw on the Ink Spell. They turn it around, and Axe is actually the one taking damage. Another double Laguna, but Ergon nearly kills himself with it thanks to the Blade Mail. Axe is still... Well, he finally gets finished off. He took his time.
Died to the little bug thing in Grimstroke.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Juggernaut might be done. No, he's not even dying once. He's got the healing ward in the backlines as well. ILTW is still fine with the Dazzle coming back in 8 seconds, but the Axe dead for 80.
Oh, he's full HP.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Living armor, press the attack healing ward.
Yep. His HP is about to run out in 10 seconds. Maybe there's an opportunity, but without the Axe, their team can't control it. It's just absolutely gone.
Oh.
And they have a Hex. Another bit of damage. The Grimstroke ulti still down for 8 seconds. They're going to play with the same cooldown, but when that is back up, they don't really have the opportunity to sit on the front lines. They're trying to get the toss back. They won't be able to do so with the Hex as well. Can they bring down RTW in this time, though? I'm just not sure if they've got the damage. And with the Omni Dash coming through, no, Vanscore will fall. G as well, taking a Laguna Blade. He needs to get this Grave off. Will be able to do so. In comes the Grimstroke ulti. They just trolling up the Dazzle, and down he goes. ILTW grabs another one, and this might be it. Positive guys could have just possibly sealed their position in the major. The tips are coming out. The final tier 3 is about to fall with only 2 heroes left on all but gold. It feels like it's just not enough. Meteor Hammer coming down. Velhor, he can only watch as the Mega Creeps are claimed. Illidan's with him. They've got 12 seconds until the axe is here. As there come the Megas. They're tossing him back into the fountain. He doesn't really care. Doesn't even make it up the steps. And there's even a side of Vice on the Lina as well. Gia's TPing back into this mess. They really want to try and finish this one off. They can do whilst the Dazzler's dead, or they can wait a little bit longer and just let them suffer to the melee creeps a little bit longer. But they get the duel forwards onto the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter being beaten down. He does not have buyback. He does not have the money, but the Lich going to save him with the shield. And now the Satanic with the BKB. The double Laguna coming out again, doing damage to the Lich, but they're holding for now. ILTW in their faces right now, popping that Satanic into Illidan. It's in goes the tree, trying to fight it up. Gyrocopter and the Jug just fighting in the middle, whilst everybody else is just dropping. There's two positive guys heroes who have dropped. The ILTW might need to get himself out of this one right now. He picks up the gem, tries to get away, but the call's on top of him, and the Jug is dead. 3 heroes taken down. Looking for more Velhor here, but I don't think he's going to find anybody else than this. Misha is well and truly on the run, and he's going to throw down the silence, but there's a TP coming in from the Juggernaut. They might look to do this right now. Misha tries to go for the Jukes, but it's not going to happen. 4 heroes now dead on the positive, guys. They do strike back old but gold, but there is too much to fight through right now.
Have you seen your boy Illidan?
Oh my goodness. Did he just pick that up?
For the whole of that fight. And when he popped the Satanic, when he jeweled on the Legion, I was like, this isn't going to work. Like, the Satanic was just healing him up so much because of the Rapier. Yeah, they know that he's got something here. They're pinging him out. They know that he's got the Rapier. But Lich isn't going to be able to hold the base by himself here.
Rapier double damage.
Oh, baby.
I mean, it doesn't do that much because it doesn't double the damage of the Rapier, but I mean, still.
An extra 150.
Yeah. Oh, was there a tower here? I mean, they might even get some buybacks or something, but Vanskull's really struggling against the Megas. These guys are pretty beefy. Well, then on the high ground, just looking to kind of even this out a little bit with the Acronyms as well. My God. Yeah, they're not going for the win, it looks like, but they're definitely going for the middle barracks. At least some pressure relief from them. We'll see if they can get themselves out after this, but with the Jug respawning in 15 seconds, Grimstroke in 30, all but Gold realize that this is about all they can get away with, and they'll TP back.
I'm really surprised they didn't go for that there. I feel like even if you get a melee rank, like, what's the difference? It doesn't do anything, right? I feel like you're not going to get a better chance for the rest of this game to try and finish there.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, I don't know,
what
20
do
minutes.
think? Gaben believed for a minute, but oh, no, little squiggly line just went back up again. Gaben no longer believe. 5% win chance for Old but Gold. Yeah, and when you think about that, you know, when I know the win rate doesn't mean too much, but you do have to think of it as an overall statistical, you know, be it AI, but it's still, well, robotic, I don't know what the right term is, but a prediction made through stats. You still have to take into account that, you know, that is percentagely, statistically, how much people win in this situation. And yeah, as you say, you know, going for the win there, maybe like, what, 20%, 25% win chance for going for the win in that last little fight? Maybe even less.
Less than that. It'll be like 10%, right? But then if they try and take a fight afterwards, maybe it's like 2% that they win the fight.
Exactly, exactly. But they're holding out for something better. Maybe positive guys get impatient and PG pushed down a little bit too hard. It's definitely...
We've seen one of these games today already. I was really hoping we wouldn't get a second one.
Right. I must have things to do this evening, but there we go. I mean, no, this game is super, super hype though. The moment this Rapier gets picked up, everything changes.
I'll take that as tribute.
Gyro picked up a butterfly as well afterwards when they took that melee Rex. So he's a big, big boy now.
Yep. Doesn't care about buyback. If he dies with a Rapier, he dies with a Rapier. The game's over, so who cares anymore?
Lina picks up a Hexo and Jug picks up an MKB. So they do have ways of dealing with this butterfly. Like, they can try and just bring him down during the duration of a Hex into a duel. They've just got to be so careful about this Dazzle in the back line. Oh, it's an axe. Who do we give it to? Do we give it to Jug, I assume?
It's very more exciting if you give it to Legions is pretty naff.
Or maybe Tree.
Lina has one.
Boo.
In case you're wondering, Omnislash
Grimstroke.
increases duration and decreases cooldown. I mean, it is a really long duration now with the talent, I guess.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's alright.
I think the cooldown to the reduction is the best thing about it.
Is it
Obviously the extra
5.5 durations or is it
Dire's bottom shrine
6.5
is under
duration?
attack.
What do you mean?
On the because it says that Aghanims makes it 5.5, but is that including the Omnislash
Yes.
talent? Or Emotion gets tossed back and killed. Okay.
Dire's bottom
let me
shrine
check.
has fallen.
Very well, time check.
Yeah, so the scepter duration normally is 4.5. I checked in the Dota 2 Heroes thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it does add it
So,
onto it. A lot of them it does. It doesn't add the talent stats onto the skill stats, which is
Chug has a bottled DD.
ooh,
Good.
good. So he's almost got a rapier. No, he doesn't have a rapier. Does
This would be really sick for him if his tree was alive.
he?
No,
Yeah, that
unfortunately, it's not.
is a bit of a one. They kind of looking to take this right now. Oh, Axe with the big two-man call with the blade mail as well. They're going to be able to make it immediately take down Ergon. ILTW also taking a ton of damage in here right now. He's trying to get the Omni Slash off. Will be successful. Bouncing around all over the place. Illidan manages to find, but actually comes in to help tank it. They're getting together. This is a team which loves each other, but unfortunately, Gyrocopter's in trouble. He gets scraped up. He's got to get the Satanic off, but he gets healed the moment the Satanic comes off, and now it runs out. He gets one healing, but the cool! Oh my god, BZZ turning it around, saving the Gyrocopter and keeping
The base
Ultra
is
Gold
dying.
in the game, but they need to be careful of Juggernaut. He's still alive. He comes back with the Aegis, and now it's real trouble. But Immersion fluffs the ultimate. They're back in the base. They're keeping it healed. Venskull, he's saving it for now. The creeps are getting to work, but all but Gold are back to defend. Oh my lord. All but
BZZ.
Gold.
Baby.
The redemption arc. The story of dreams for BZZ. He had a terrible start to the game. He made some horrible decisions. He got smashed in the landing phase. He'd only managed to get 450 gold 10 minutes into the game. And now he pulls off this call, this miracle. My god. The Gyrocopter survives. He keeps the Divine Rapier. I mean, the game is still massively against them, all but God, but they are fighting. And now they've got to die back on Ergon as well. I mean, they can push out lanes. They can take some map space. They can actually look to reestablish themselves in this game somehow. You're still fighting Megas. It's never going to be easy. It's barely looking even possible. But Gyro's going to go and do the split pushing whilst everybody else gets down mid, trying to get themselves some more damage. Maybe some towers. Maybe they could even go for the win. I mean, 48 seconds till Ergon's back. I don't really think there's much other opportunity than that. ILTW, though, he's looking for the kill onto Illidan, but doesn't close the gap in time.
Yeah, I mean, Ergon brought back in that fight and died almost instantly when he TP'd back into that call from the Axe the second time round. And they're going to go for this.
They're going for it. They're going for the win right now. Tier 4s. It's the play. They really do this. 25 seconds as in goes to Tiny a little bit too deep. Force staffing himself back. Again, LTW sitting on the front lines. He's always a call. Oh, he misses it just about. But Illidan still trying to get some damage off of these towers, but I think they're realizing how impossible this is right now as that's 10 seconds back until Ergon's in the game. Looking at the buybacks, Juggernaut has it. Ergon does not. Axe does not. And all but Gold are going to respect. They get out again. They were unable to do anything except take range barracks. Feels pretty bad. Immersion. Oh, he walks straight past G. BZZ as well. Also getting out. Immersion just about missing out and cancelling several TPs as the base is defended once again by Old But Gold.
Jug sold his boots and he couldn't catch up in that fight.
Oh my god, look at this guy running through mud. Where
I
have
mean,
his
he's
boots
got a-
gone? Why has he
he's
got a
got
bottle
a-
and no boots?
He's got a nullifier coming on the courier though. He just consumed his axe,
Oh, I see.
which is really interesting play. Oh no, he had the axe before, didn't he? Because what did he get rid of? Did he just sell his treads to make sure he had buyback, I guess?
Something. I think he might have sold it for the Sacred Relic so that he could solo kill the Gyrocopter with an Omni
Because
Slash.
he
but
bought
didn't
that,
end up
the
doing
relic in bot shop ages ago.
that. Oh, I'm not too sure then. I don't know where his boots are. Our boy's lost his boots.
Yeah, so he didn't consume his axe. He already had the blessing, obviously, from the Roche. So, my bad. Legion's almost level 25, by the way. Could see some big purges coming up from the AoE.
Yeah, that's true. Nearly there. Are there any other good 25s? Focus is boring. There we go. Oh. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, Jugs is a boring one. Ergon's is a boring one. Illidan's is 3 homing missiles, which is...
Lich one's really funny.
Yeah, this one's very good memes. And keep your
It's
agent
gonna
alive
be-
even better.
Tree versus Lich.
The never-ending game. Dazzle,
I think-
meanwhile, he's got the minus 40% poison touch slow.
I think the tiny one's really good as well. On the Avalanche, puts it down to 5 seconds if you want that, or the 3 toss charges is really good as well.
So is Dazzle slow usually 20%?
Yeah.
Okay. Seem very much, but 6% seems like an awful lot.
20% is like 60 movement speed, right? It's like a pair of boots, so it's pretty good.
Alright. I would say. Axe. The Berserker's Call AoE would be very, very nice versus this this Jug.
Oh,
Actually
Ghostic
a
has
really
an
good
Ember's
talent.
rune.
He's way too nervous to go for anything here. 1 sentry and he throws his life away, and it gets even harder for positive guys to finish this of the game. How frustrated must you be? How high must the emotions be for positive guys right now? They were so close getting their spot in the major. And it's just all but gold sitting in their way. But this team, it couldn't be a worse team to be in this situation against. You know, a team of experienced players who just have heads which are not going to be getting too emotional in the situation. They are not hot-headed people. They are
Heads
going
the
to be
size of
cool, calm, and
space hoppers.
collected. Exactly.
Massive brains.
It's going to be very, very difficult to crack this team.
I honestly think this Axe BKB could just be massive. Like
Full
he's
10
just
seconds,
picked it up. He's not saving for buybacks. It's still got 2-minute cooldown, so I think this could be really big for them. Especially if he gets a good, like the level 25 plus 100 Berserker's Call AoE. If he gets a good one off onto the Jug, there's suddenly no counterplay from the Lina anymore.
No, she's won't be able to hex him. She's still got the Laguna Blade thanks to the Aghanim Scepter, but that's not going to be enough to rip through the Axe's HP pool. It's not enough.
Daddy Gaben, 14% win rate now for the Dire.
Yeah, well, gone down a little bit since that initial mid push, but still, he believes.
Look at this bot rune spawn. Both teams are ready. They understand how big like DDs are now. There's one here.
Oh, there it is. Ergon runs in, grabs it. Oh, the call not there in time, and Old But Gold back themselves away. Quick flash of action, and everybody gets back.
Dude, how sick would that have been? How important these DDs are. The DD spawns.
Yep.
Why did Ergon ruin my dream? And just not take the fight.
Should have blinked in.
He's
Ergon,
building
you
an Aeon
coward.
disc on Lina.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, but we saw how quickly he did get blown up. If that blade mail comes out onto him, there's not really much he can do. I mean, I might have preferred a Scatty or something even, just actual tankiness.
I think he either has to go Satanic or for Aeon Disc. I don't think there's any other choice apart from those two. I think Aeon Disc is probably the much better one as well.
Shan going down for a fourth time. Last time it was just the Ags. Now we have the refresher and Lina. Guess what? It's the pop of stainless steel.
Where's the
Ghostic
tree?
doesn't want the
Tree wants the
Saganims,
Ags.
by the way. He doesn't want it. Misha could take it.
Where's my pension?
Misha? No?
Yeah, immersion's
Immersion it
coming.
is. No Dark Portrait.
Here we go.
Come on, Dark
I'm
Portrait Gyro? Let's see it. Actually,
Nah,
very
it's
good.
really bad this game.
Yeah, there's nobody you want to copy. Baby Axe. Well, that's going to tip things back into positive guys' favor a little bit, especially with the vision the tree is now going to be offering them. The gift from Roshan, the all-seeing eye.
They do have a gem on the die though, right? I can't remember who's... Okay, the Axe is carrying it. But they need some way of just breaking the trees, so they have like 4 staffs are okay. And they have Toss on the Tiny, which is okay. This Axe is just standing so close to the tree without actually hitting it.
Yeah, you can only see the outline when you see the main tree itself.
Yes, yeah.
Tension is rising once again. I mean, it diffused a little bit there as both teams just wanted to give the space, but now we're going to be back in the point where positive guys want to wait to try and find a way to end this one. And honestly,
they
it's
saw the
looking much
clear.
better. Oh, and this is a big rune as well. An arcane rune on Lena. You've got BKB, arcane rune, link dagger, refresher shard, Aegis. Ergon is just...
Pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fat shame, but this girl is fat. In all the right ways.
That sounds like fat shit.
It does a bit. Meanwhile, a bit of dewarding going on. Fancy cool. With the quelling blade.
Jug's almost finished his butterfly as well, so they might be
Guys?
waiting for
There we
before
go.
they reach it.
Well, leaving the observer ward there. Oh, yeah, yeah, there he gets it.
They managed to get rid of the tree as well. Lich has picked up a quelling blade to try and deal with this tree and protector.
Yeah.
Lich's net worth, by the way, very sad.
Well,
No GPM
yeah.
talent to work with.
Nope, 6,700, but... Oh, he also went for the 120 damage turn. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that the Frostblast cooldown seems really good, right? But it's really underwhelming. Because you're never in a position... Like, when you cast Frostblast, it's not that you're standing next to them for 3 seconds ready to cast another. Because you're dead in that time, right? So you just take the 120 damage.
Yes.
It helps you farm. Like,
Yes.
Maybe you just get a hit off every now and then.
Frostblast might help you farm as well, though. It is AoE.
Yeah, it does, but like it's just so mana intensive. It's 180 mana per cast.
Yeah.
If only you had a really good skill that could help you deny creeps and give you mana, that would help sustain your mana.
Hazel's still sitting with a level 1 Necro book, by the way.
Why not?
So, yeah, it just seems a little
You've
bit
still
odd.
got a null talisman as well, dude.
Gee, where is your money, boy?
I can't wait for the Dazzle Ags AoE Grave. Who's hyped?
Oh, Jesus. That's
It's
pretty terrifying.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
not
useless.
great. For a 4,200 gold item on that hero.
Yeah, and it's like a tiny AoE as well.
Yeah.
Axe really needs 25. I really feel like he should be farming alone right now. Which is never what you want to say, but... Ooh,
getting there.
top! There's a hex out onto the Legion here as he jumps in and tries to grab a duel onto G, but didn't quite find it.
Oh, Observer Ward dice. 335 gold for immersion.
Oh, there's
You
an
know,
ultimate
grab
now.
on the
They
Tiny.
managed to find Tiny. There should at least be a pick-off, but they're so scared. They are so scared. They see BCC on the sidelines, and with the ultimate coming through, but now the call onto the Jug, but the Yule's in response. They managed to get the toss off the Juggernaut, though. He's taking so much damage. He's not done in full, though. He's still alive. They need a little bit more. They kill off the healing wall, but meanwhile on the backline, Gyrocopter's getting dueled, but he wins the duel, getting himself away, and he gets
Oh, the
out
Omni.
with the Rapier. Meanwhile, Omni slash onto BCC. He was just trying to finish the job they started onto ILTW, but ILTW keeps himself alive. The axe falls, Ghost Stick falls. It's pretty much a straight up trade of the offlaners for now. Both have buybacks. Everybody has buybacks except Tiny, by the way. He just used his. Oh yes, the Tiny died as well. I think that's important to note. And brought back. So, positive guys. Take a small step forward. Unfortunately, the Aegis is now running out on Ergon.
How did the Legion die in that fight, by the way? Did she die in the duel?
Yes, she did.
So, like, Gyro now has 26 duel damage.
Whoa. Makes a huge difference to his, 700, 600 damage.
The thing is, it is, like, every little bit can count at this point, and
Well,
the other problem is Legion had cheese but couldn't pop it because she died in the duel.
yeah.
Like, if it had been just after the duel, he
Precision.
could have been able to pop the cheese, but...
I mean, I know it wasn't a good play, but it's pretty funny to think, hey guys, I'm gonna jump in and duel the rapier target. Like, I don't know about that one. And now they've got a hex, but Omni Knight goes to the creeps, then back in, and actually bouncing around more creeps as he's just all over the place right now. LTW can't keep a target here. Meanwhile, the Grapes choke ulti out onto 2. Gyrocopter, get it away. You're not just risking your own life here, you're risking your Tinies as well, but they're playing it so careful. They take down a Dazzle, another hero dead. They really want to try and fish for some buybacks right now. If the Axe can respawn naturally, that would be a bit of a win for all but Gold, but I have a feeling they're going to want to try and squeeze right now. But they are waiting for some cooldowns. 20 on the Lena.
I'm wondering what Illidan buys next on this Gyrocopter, right? Because he's maxed out, apart from his boots for travel. Like, maybe he puts his boots in his backpack and buys, like, either a Daedalus or, like, a second butterfly could be an option as well.
Yeah. Catapult's pushing in now as well, so they really need to make sure.
Yeah. Look at these Treant Protectors. Eyes in the Forest starting to come out around the base as well.
Yep. They need as many of these as they can get. They will get dewatered eventually, but they'll get vision, and you know, it costs you nothing. No resources used.
Ooh, Jai Courier.
Okay. Well, that is, was that the Gyro's second
Yeah, I think so.
butterfly?
He was looking-
I'm surprised he's not buying a backup rapier, to be honest, but
It might have been an E-Blade on the... I think it might have been Tiny E-Blade, actually.
That's actually Costio. They jump in, going for the duel onto the Gyro with the double Laguna coming out
What
as well. They toss him back, getting him away, and a pause! The call on the back line, holding ILTW and Lena still. I cannot believe this call. Oh, they apparently have some lag on the Dazzle. But Misha in the back
Holy
line.
shit.
I mean, what's going on here? Who's gonna die? What's gonna happen? The Dazzle's brought back. He's stuck inside. I think the Gyrocopter's fine. Honestly, his duel is
Lena
now
has cheese,
out.
by the way.
They're going to fight, and then goes a call in the backlines, but the Omni Slash comes through. RTW bouncing around through everybody once again. Illidan is low, but not low enough, and he's going to come out of the Omni Slash and a trio. He's going to hold them still. RTW go for the TP out. Is successful in doing so as Illidan pops a BKB, tries to taste forward. He's chasing real hard right now. Immersion is going to get hit by a rocket, and again, the game continues to go on.
I'll be honest, I'm really happy after a pause like that the fight ended up when nobody died.
Yeah. That's true.
Because-
It wouldn't have felt good otherwise.
Yeah, like as long as the fight completely resets and it's even still.
Yep.
Like, who cares if we have to wait another 30 seconds? I'd have been really gutted for either team if they lost that because of a silly pause. Not silly necessarily.
Well, I mean, silly lag, I guess, but
Yeah.
You know how it be. And that's not even like one thing you could say is like, oh, it's a tactical pause. Like that's not like no one has the reaction to go, oh, pause. Let's just think about this. No, like that's just.
Do you reckon like Dazzle's like, I'm lagging, and Axe just like they all just went and like smashed the pause button as quickly as they could. Without
Dazzle just
thinking.
shouted something unintelligible because everyone's nerves are so high right
Yeah.
now. Tiny just blasting away these trees with Force Staff and Blink. On one hand, I'm a little bit surprised we
Missing
haven't.
Axe. Who's missing an Axe?
Oh, is there another Roche? Jesus Christ. Roche number 5.
Dark Portrait.
Yeah, Dark Portrait is probably what you go for. I don't think Ghost Stick wants one. There's no way he wants to solo
No.
Gyro.
No, that does not sound good. I mean, the other thing they could do is if they like
To be fair, oh, go on.
if they use the Soulbind on 2 targets in the background, like a Dazzle +1.
Yeah. What? And then duel them both, or? Okay, we've lost no Farah, it seems.
Oh dear. Hello.
Oh, no, you're back. Hi. Another option could be jumping the Gyrocopter the moment he drops Flat Cannon down, accepting that your Legion Commander is probably going to die, but then just holding back on the Gyro's damage so he can't get that flak damage out and you can continue the fight.
The thing is that if you just drop Soulbind onto 2 targets and duel them and like just take them out of the fight completely, right? Like suddenly it's a 3 versus 4, so you could have the numbers advantage if it turns out in your
A
favour.
bit quiet, by the way.
Oh. Hang on.
All but Gold desperately trying to hold. Oh my god, double damage Juggernaut. Running up onto the high ground, but he's going to get cooled up, and with the blade mail, he's doing a ton of damage to himself, but he does manage to get out that spin and turn around. Meanwhile, Misha is in deep, and the double Laguna blade, down goes Misha,
Gyro's
down
down.
goes Vanskor, Gyro, he's dead. He does buy back into this one. Where is the
Yes, the
rapier,
rapier.
though? Who does it belong to? Who's it on? I can't see right now. Still trying to fight up in this right now in the middle of it all as down comes Illidan trying to do the damage. He doesn't have his rapier. He's running forwards, trying to chase down anybody who comes near him. LTW is the target. The call comes down once again. The Jug's going to die once, but he's coming back. Meanwhile, Tree trying to control up the Gyrocopter, but Gyro will turn and finish him off. Meanwhile, ILTW, well, they're focusing on Ghost Stick for now. Old but Gold, they're holding again here as they're able to finish off ILTW with the spin, TPing himself away, and he is out and safe. And it was Lena who picked up that rapier and bailed on the fight immediately with it, which I don't know if that was the right play, but that's what happened.
I mean, Gyro needs to get another rapier right now. The courier's coming in,
afford it. He
but
can
there's
afford it.
a
It's fine.
tree. Like, look where Jug's standing at the moment. He's ready to get this
Yeah.
courier if it
Oh,
comes
he
in, and Lena's
knows.
there. Lena sees the courier.
Yeah, there is no way they're getting away with this. Ergon is ready. Oh, goodbye, little Korea. He's trying his... Oh, Ergon. For the fight. Oh,
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
gone.
That was a poor
This is a
effort.
really big worry now. Gyro's
They
going
should've
to have to
gone to
buy
the shop.
something in base that, like, helps him.
Yeah, but...
You have another slot, like,
Have
even if
to.
it's just a
Have
maelstrom or
to.
something, right?
Yep. Totally agree. There's no way you attempt to take this fight into a rapier, into all of what positive guys have, without a slot build. You're missing so much net worth on this guy. Now the Omnisage coming through with the duel onto the backlines. The double Laguna Blade, it just puts an end to the game. The Gyrocopter is dead. The Ice Blast bouncing around, but it's just not doing enough. They're still trying to fight up right now, but they are not going to have the damage. Vanscore jumping in. The Tiny trying to fight up as well, but it is useless. The Tiny is dead. The Cool, BZZ, desperate for it not to be over, but the truth is the game is done, and positive guys will take the series and secure their spot in the major. And yes, I can say they deserve it now. I think we all can say they deserve it now. Beaten in the upper bracket and pushed to the very limits of their emotional and their physical capabilities. But they finally get out with the win. The positive guys keep it together and they will come out ahead. My God, what a game. An hour and 6 minutes.
That was so sick by Misha at the end. Just getting the Soulbind off, double duel, double Hex, double Laguna, and it was on the two most important targets. They
Misha
got it on the
MVP for
Gyrocopter.
sure.
They got it on the Gyrocopter, which is the big carry that just used buyback, and the Dazzle, so there was no save. And
Yeah.
that just, like you said, that just ends the game right there and then.
It does. It's over. And yeah, I mean, how does he get that off every single fight? The range, it's good, but still, Misha, his positioning, 2 key targets every single time. Laguna Blade's coming out every single time. I just want to see, like, let's have a look at some crazy ass damage stats here. 207 damage received on the Juggernaut, by the way. Sorry, 207,000 damage received on the Juggernaut, by the way.
I think that's the most I've
Gyrocopter
ever
did
seen.
99,000. Juggernaut did 78,000. But let's have a look. If we go over to the damage tab, click on Ergon. 5,300 damage done with the Laguna Blade to Gyrocopter. 6,300 damage done with the Laguna Blade to Dazzle. 4,500 total of 22,900 damage done just with Laguna Blade on this hero. Like, that's just unheard of. That is so much damage he did. Thanks, Grimstroke. You're a real pal.
Yeah, I mean, Misha's definitely my MVP for this series in general. First that Chen performance, then the Grimstroke. They all played really well. Now,
They did.
it's harsh to put one above the other, and I'm so excited to watch them play at the major because
Yep, me too.
these guys have been so good this month. And if this major is on the same patch as it is now, I will go along with what you said before, and I think they will do really, really well.
Yeah, I think they might even do better than Gambit, honestly. I think whilst Gambit showed a really good performance and definitely were the better team today, I think positive guys have a lot of potential. But that said, I'm really excited to watch both teams play. I've said this before yesterday, and I'll say it into Gate. It feels like the door is open for CIS right now, for a new team to come in and start showing what they've got. It's been shot for so long by Virtus Pro and by other teams like Navi as well, Windstrike as well, also being gatekeepers for a little bit. But now some of these new talent can start to show up. And, you know, if you are a Dota fan, watch CIS Dota. There is so much talent. It's just a brewing pot of talent right now. They've been holding for so long, but now the big captains are coming in. Misha proven himself in this series for sure to be an amazing captain, great drafter, and coming through for his team, and obviously FNG as well, another fantastic captain in the CIS region who can bring these talented players together, get the best out of them, keep their heads cool, which is obviously extremely important in the CIS region because there is a big kind of cultural shift there when it comes to how their reactions towards games and such. You know, we know this from a lot of inside talk and everything, and Virtus Pro as well, you know, having problems with TI and all that kind of thing. But if these captains can come through, this might be a new era for CIS, which is starting now. And in this major, I'm very excited to see it develop and very excited to cast it as well. Obviously, you know, thanks to MDL for giving us this opportunity to come in and cast these awesome games, and congratulations of course to Gambit and Positive guys. And if you did enjoy Open Gold playing, then don't be too sad because you can actually watch them play tomorrow. Goodness gracious, Nomad. Where would that be, Nomad? You might
Imagine
be asking.
that though.
Yeah,
Like losing this game when you're getting so close to a major, then all of a sudden you have to start playing again tomorrow. It must be so difficult for you mentally.
yeah, that's true. But That's the life of the pro, unfortunately. And it is the minor qualifiers. That's going to be in the summit starting out tomorrow. So don't forget to check out those games. But we are going to be checking out. Do you have any closing thoughts, Mo?
No, not at all. Just really well played to Positive guys. Unlucky for Old But Gold, but I'm sure we'll see them having a good chance of getting to them.
Yeah. Any predictions for the minor, by the way, out of the teams which are going there? It's going to be Hellraisers, Old But Gold, and the two runner-ups from the group stage. So that's going to be Virtus Pro, and I believe one of the Open qualifier teams. It came up above Navi 486. Or is that in Europe?
I mean, you can never count out VP, right? That's the thing. With the solo and no one, like anything could happen. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be close. I think Old But Gold definitely have to be favourites now, obviously. But again, we'll have to see. Only 4 teams. It's going to be really close.
Really close. Alrighty, we are now going to sign out. I am very sweaty, but thank you so much for watching. My name is Nomad. He's been my Farah. If you enjoyed the cast, please do let us know. I'm told, so follow on Twitter. We are now going to close down the stream, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Adios.